Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today we're going to talk about Andrew Yang and the New Hampshire poll that came out on Tuesday, October 29th, 2019, and just how absolutely shocking the findings of this poll were, and the ramifications of it, and what it tells us about our modern-day elections, what it tells us about a modern-day American culture, what it tells us about the modern-day American people. This is incredible. Let's dive right into it. All right, let's do the numbers. All right, so one, I read this article. It was on CNN and it covered the New Hampshire poll, and it was incredibly shocking. First of all, I loved how the article talked about it. It only named the top 7 people, right? And they I couldn't believe how this web article was so eager to give you the information fast, knowing they only had a few seconds of your time and attention. So basically, they're there was the headline, which gave gave information, and then it was like TLDR, and it gave just these bullet points, right? And the whole article only listed 7 people, the top 7 people, right? And it is, and it's a fact of our times. Like, people aren't reading anymore, right? And they know attention time spans are so incredibly short today, right? Truly incredible. I was blown away. I couldn't believe how, it's truly incredible. All right, let's talk about the numbers. Here they are. New Hampshire poll. Bernie Sanders is number 1 with 21%. Elizabeth Warren is number 2 with 18%. And then you have, so Bernie Sanders, Joe Biden at 15%. Then you have Pete Buttigieg at 10%. And then there is a triple tie at 5%. And guess what? It's good news for us, right? It is Andrew Yang, right? Tulsi Gabbard, whoa, that's a surprise, right? It's amazing. Tulsi missed a debate. I thought she was out, right? But she's back in it, man. And I think she came in, and then Amy Klobuchar. Look at that 7. Look at that 7, right? You got the Fast 5. Oh, no. Fast 5 has changed now. Harris is out. Harris can't even Oh my gosh. Andrew Yang beat Cory Booker, beat Kamala Harris, right? Beat, Tom Steyer. What a joke that guy is, man. Holy cows. I do not like him. It's incredible. It is absolutely incredible, the turn of affairs that we are seeing. Julian Castro, anybody remember him? Nowhere to be seen in the New Hampshire poll, right? People are just dropping off like flies, right? They're still in the election, but functionally, there are people who are ghosting. They are becoming translucent before our eyes, right? I cannot believe how fast Kamala Harris is dropping, right? It is incredible, right? It's really incredible. All right, so let's talk. There's so much here. Let's talk about this, right? So I'm going to set this in place. I have a mnemonic to remember all my points. So a big dragon vapes and blows out a big gray cloud, and then he fades into a dream that he's having. Okay. Woo! Boy, there's so much here. So one, I just want to kind of say this as a quick side note. I'm so excited. I am so down for Andrew Yang, and I'm doing everything I can to support him and get him to, to help pave that road to the White House, right? But boy, I am so, this is my football season. This is my entertainment. And boy, is this election entertaining. The things we're seeing are just utterly shocking. I'm having so much fun with this election. It's incredible, right? All right, so let's get into this. First of all, gray, okay? Bernie Sanders, right? Elizabeth Warren, Joe Biden, right? They are top, right? And there is a 78-year-old man who just had a heart attack and is struggling to recover in the middle of a U.S. presidential primary race. He is running from state to state. He is betting his life to win the presidency. Like, you couldn't, if somebody had written this as a fiction story, I would have said it was ridiculous, right? This is incredible. I've never seen anything like this in any election, right? And I think part of it is just a massive recognition at the domestic and the international level, right? That president of the world, president of America, is king or queen of the world. That's where we are now, right? There is absolutely no debate of this, right? It is, everybody understands the U.S. president, there is not a country on this planet that when the U.S. presidency changes, it affects everyone, right? It affects nations that don't even exist yet, right? The moon nation, the Mars nation. Like the presidency is so powerful. Its power echoes into the future, right? It's so incredible, right? Woo, nuts, right? All right, but get this, right? So you have a guy who's 78 years old who just had a heart attack, right? Right after that, you have Elizabeth Warren and you have Biden. That is a geriatric triple play, right? And so what this says is, I think we all knew this before, but this is just hammering this into granite, right? Old people rule politics. Young people do not vote, and they do not matter, right? Every single election, the Dems get all excited about rallying the young people. They don't vote. They do not vote. They do not matter. They don't care, right? And like, that's the only way you get this situation, right? You got Tulsi Gabbard. You got Andrew Yang. You got Pete Buttigieg. Nobody cares. Nobody cares, right? Like the politics is all old people pay attention to now, right? And the young, you can't drag them. You cannot drag them to this show. You can't, right? And I get it, right? They're young, right? They're falling in love. They're playing video games. They're like, going out and skateboarding and riding BMX bikes and getting cool degrees, right? And creating art and being in bands, right? They could care less about politics. It's so clear, right? It just becomes more and more shockingly clear every single day. Young people do not give two ferret farts for politics. They don't. They do not care about it, right? So I'm going to say this again. I've been saying it before, and I'm going to say it again. I want Andrew Yang to win, right? Forget young people. Forget young people, right? Spend your time converting Trump voters. Do not rally the young. They are not worth it. You can get them. You can rally them, right, in super small numbers with 5 to 10 times the effort it would take to convert an engaged Trump voter. You are far more likely to get an engaged Trump voter than you are to get any young person, because it's a 90% chance they're completely unengaged. Now, certainly there are exceptions, but we're talking macro numbers here, right? I don't care about the your nephew who is like super into it. At the macro level, young people do not care. I think this New Hampshire poll is massive proof of that. All right, let's keep it moving. All right, vape is Veep. All right, Veep is the key. All right, let's talk. It's all about Bernie now, baby. It's all about Bernie now, right? This is incredible. Check this out, all right? Now, when you have people who are saying, oh, hey, there's Elizabeth Warren, right? She's got a whole bunch of cool plans. She's a smart lady. Hey, there's Andrew Yang. He's going to pay me $1,000 a month. You know who I want? I want a 78-year-old dude who just had a heart attack. Right? Like, okay, right? So what does that mean? It means a lot, right? So here's what it means. America is addicted to the roller coaster, right? I cannot tell you how important the presidency of Donald Trump is, right? That man has been so underestimated, right? It's incredible. His control of the media has been incredible, right? And one of the things that's happened is Like, just look at his presidency, right? Impeachment, Greenland, abandoning longtime allies, like touching the Queen of England, like putting his hands on glowing globes with people from other nations, like what's his situation? His wife doesn't live with him in the White House, like it's just with Donald Trump. Okay, you can debate all you want his effectiveness, you can debate all you want his morality, right? But one thing you cannot debate is he is the best show there has ever been, right? He is the best show there has ever been. And the media can't admit it, but man, they are so addicted to him, right? It is an absolutely non-stop, right, roller coaster ride with him, right? And that's why, in my opinion, it doesn't seem crazy to people to vote for a person who is 78 years old and has a heart attack and will almost certainly die in his first term, right? Like, just do the math, right? Okay, right? One, honestly, he's betting his life right now in the primary race. This is called a race. He's got to run every single day. He's got to literally run, right? So he is running. He is running against a pack of the smartest people in the world. The toll on this is incredible on him, right? So one, he's got to live through what will be no doubt the hardest 13 months of his life at the age of 78 after having a heart attack, right? When he gets into office, he will be president of a nation that has the complexity that has never existed before. Bitcoin exists, right? There is a string of numbers that is worth 5 or 6 times the amount of a single ounce gold coin. Do you understand the complexity of that? Do you know what that means for our world, right? You have the death of retail going on, right? And you have a complete redefinition of identity for almost all Americans, right? We're stripping down to the base the English language, right? There are things that are happening right now that people could not even have imagined 20 years ago, right? And all of this is going to be going on while the earth melts, right? Like climate change, right? Right? So like, this will be the hardest presidency ever. I'll tell you right now, look at Obama. Obama was had way more vitality, resilience, and dynamism than Bernie has ever had, right? This job, it sucked the life out of him like one of those Dementors in Harry Potter, right? There's no question this job will kill him, right? Like, this job will absolutely kill Bernie Sanders. There's no way he gets out of his first term alive, right? Now get this. I think every American knows it. Knows it. All the people in that 21%, they know it, right? And they're like, oh, president died, whatever. Yeah, that's a Tuesday now. Like, we abandoned the Kurds. We're going to buy Greenland. I wonder if the EU is going to crack in half. Like we're so used to massive changes every other day. Oh, I wonder if the president's going to get impeached. Probably every president there'll be attempts to impeach every single president going forward. Sure, yeah, whatever, right? Oh, wait, who are we calling to lock up today? Is it the last person who ran for president, or the person who's president now? Lock him up, lock her up. That's just something we shout, right? That's just like whoever's in, right? Whatever, right? Like, people are they're so used to massive dramatic changes every single day. They're like, oh yeah, whatever. President died. Who's the VP? Put him in. We're ready. Let's go. Like, that's America now, man. That's us. We rock on, baby. Don't matter now. And so, like, holy cows, right? Like, people looked at Elizabeth Warren and go, you know what? That's some really good plans there. I'd still like a dude who's 78 years old and just had a heart attack over you, right? Like what the heck? Like, it's shocking. It's incredibly shocking. All right, Grave Ape, Fade into a Dream. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited about the fades. Look at this, right? Let's talk about Andrew Yang. All right, Andrew Yang. Woo, boy. That dude has the momentum of a freight train, right? So 5%, right? It should, it should be 25. We all get that. I understand, right? But look at what he accomplished. One, he gets talked about in the article. Kamala Harris didn't make the cut. Tom Steyer didn't make the cut. Cory Booker didn't make the cut. Castro didn't make the cut, right? They're gone, right? Like, they're still functionally in the election. They're still technically in the election, but functionally, they are gone, man. They are like, the ghost in the Christmas Story, right? Just rattling their chains. They're around here somewhere, right? Like, it's amazing, right? Look at the fade, right? But Andrew Yang didn't fade. He's right there. And guess what? That 5% counts for the December election, right? So he's getting what he needs to get done. That's good. That is very good. Andrew Yang, our noble champion, is getting it done. It's what he does, right? And his supporters are out there driving and pushing and smashing their head against the Yang media blackout wall, right? We're doing everything we can to tear that wall down, right? Trump isn't the only one building walls nowadays, right? MSNBC, ABC, CNN, they're building a big old Yang blackout wall, media wall. It's terrible. It is absolutely terrible, right? Boy, I am so stunned at what is coming at us. So the fade is amazing. The people who just dropped out, and also the media is just like saying, hey, we don't care. Like, one, I think that the debates are more important than we even expected, right? It's truly incredible. If you ain't making the debates, you're done, right? And I will say, Tulsi, I think the only reason Tulsi is back is Hillary Clinton's attack on her. Right, it put her in the news again, hugely, right? Amazing. All right, so gray vape, fade, dream. This is a big one. All right, so here's the thing. This is pretty amazing. So basically, you have them. Like, this is all about Bernie now. I'm amazed how much this is about Bernie now, right? So here's the thing, right? If you go to New Hampshire and you check out, a whole bunch of voters, and they're all like, who I want? A 78-year-old dude who just had a heart attack. You know what that tells you? It's all about passion and dreams. It's all about dreams, right? It is, hey, who do I want to be president? This is completely divorced from logic. There is absolutely no logic going into people's votes. And I have to say, I'm part of the problem. There's absolutely no logic going into my Andrew Yang vote. And the reason why is I know what locked in my vote for Andrew Yang, right? It was, I heard, his interview, and some interviewer said, hey, what is the most fun thing that has happened? What is the most fun thing that has happened to you on the campaign trail? And he said, well, the reality is, more than anything else, I really miss my wife and kids. And the moment I saw that, I just locked in. I was like, holy cows, this guy is a dedicated husband and a father. My entire life is defined by being a better Christian, a better husband, and a better father in that order, right? Now, there are no Christians running in this election, right? There are no evangelical Christians like me running in this election. I can't get that, right? But this dude is living the life I want to live, right? He is doing everything he can to deliver for his wife, everything he can to deliver for his children, right? And I was like, that's it. This is my dude, man. This is it. I'm here. I'm locked in, right? And ever since then, I will say, I just got lucky that he happens to be a super genius, right? But because I'm not sure I would have switched my vote if he had some other major problems, like if he hadn't been as smart or as cool as he is, right? Because I saw myself in him. I see myself in Andrew Yang. I see more than myself in Andrew Yang. I see what I want to be, right? I want to be super intelligent. I want to be, a loving husband. I want to be a father who cares about his kids, right? And Yang's there, and he's achieved more than I have, right? I want a leader who is ahead of me, and Yang is there. He's so there. It's incredible, right? But that's just it. Is if you go to the state of New Hampshire, and you go to all those people and you say, who do you want? And they go, we want a 78-year-old man who just had a heart attack, right? You can, all that proves is there is absolutely no logic whatsoever attached to voting, right? It is all dreams. It's like, what do I dream of having? What is the dream of, what is the dream, right? Like, I think that's it. People vote for their dreams. They vote for the person they dream about having, right? And clearly there are a lot of people who Bernie is their dream. Now, I think all those people are old, big time old, right? But it's shocking. I cannot believe what came out of this poll. The ramifications of it are absolutely massive. All that's my opinion. I'd love to hear your opinion. Let me know in the comments below. Please consider liking and subscribing, and have a wonderful millennium.